podcast. My name's Jooles and this is my podcast So Sweet Violet, where I share the crafty side of my life. I've added a link down below this YouTube video of all the places you can find me, so I don't have to say that every time. And what else do I need to say? The date is Tuesday the 12th of June and this is episode 32. I hope you've all had a nice time since I've seen you last. As you can see, I'm standing up again, but my back is a lot better. I've had a pretty horrible several weeks, to be honest. It got a lot worse after my last podcast. And I've literally been laid down for most of the time since I saw you last, which I'm not going to lie has been tricky, but I think I kind of enjoyed parts of it weirdly. I just decided that this was what it was. This is how it had to be for a while, and I found some things to kind of keep me entertained, which I shall talk about later because it's very exciting. Anyway, let's get on. I've scrapped my chatter section from my podcast because I literally just chatter all the time about random things. So we'll scrap chatter and I'll just chatter on as I normally do. So first of all, I want to show you my lovely new mug. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, it's so lovely. This was a lovely surprise through the post from my very sweet friend Teresa. And it was just a surprise gift. I mean, how lovely is that? And the mug, I collect these mugs, as you probably know if you've watched any of my podcasts before. And it's from Emma Bridgewater. And this mug is actually to raise money for Horatio's Garden charity, which they create like beautiful gardens for NHS hospitals in the spinal units, so that people who obviously are in there for back issues can access these gardens safely and easily. And also they care for the gardens and keep them really nice, because I think it's all very nice, isn't it, when gardens are created, but they have to be looked after to get the best out of them. So anyway, that's me rambling on. So in here I've got my usual decaf coffee. I've moved on actually to oat milk lately. It's so delicious. I think I prefer it to soy milk. So that's going to be my new milk of choice, if you really needed to know that. I didn't say, did I, that I live in England I always say West Sussex, but we're kind of on the border of West Sussex, Hampshire and Surrey, so I could choose any of those really. But I always say West Sussex because I do. It's a bit cloudy today, but that's nice. It's a bit cool, which is lovely, with a nice breeze. So there's your weather report for the day. Okay, finished things. Okay, I have two finished things. To be honest, I haven't got a lot. Have I? Well, I kind of have got a lot of knitting to show. Okay, I've got a lot of knitting to talk about, not so much to show. It'll all become clear, I think. So my first finished item are my gorgeous, what are these called? Two colour socks by Joji Locatelli. And these are so pretty. I don't even think I'd started these on my last podcast, had I? I don't think so. So anyway, I had lots of time to practice my lay down knitting and I got quite good at it, but these are so pretty. I love this pattern so much. So let me show you a bit more in detail. So they're cuffed down, so lovely 2x2 rib, and then this gorgeous striping, which I love and has inspired me a lot. You'll see later. And then this beautiful kind of flower eyelet pattern. A lovely slip stitch heel. And then along here, it's just got a lovely, you could probably see it more in this colour, it's a lovely texture pattern. It's really simple. And then I think I changed the pattern. Mabel's down here sniffing for my coffee. I used Kay's from the Bakery Bear, her umbrella toe, because I just love it for cuff down. So how pretty are they? They really are gorgeous. It's such a lovely pattern. And I did them exactly the same. Okay. I've seen some people alternate, which also looks really nice. So this bit here would be the peachy colour and this bit would be the kind of mauvey colour. Oh, Mabel's curled up in the chair next to me. So cute. So yeah, I really, really love them. And the yarn I used, I shall put all my notes in Ravelry because I think I know, but I'm not 100% sure if I've got the names right. But I think this colour here, which I'll show you on the foot, which I think is possibly one of my favourite ever colourways. And this is from Nox Yarn and it's absolutely beautiful. We did a swap, I think it was last year. Oh my goodness, honestly I nearly fainted when I opened the package. But it's such a pretty colour, and I think this is called Summer Harvest and it has a slight sparkle. I'm not sure. Oh, you may be able to pick that up. And this colour here is so pretty, and this is from Maya at the Wool Barn. I think this is called Movida, but I'll write the notes in Ravelry, so just in case I'm wrong. And that's also got a sparkle. I don't know if you can tell. A little bit on the heel there. But it's really pretty and so soft. And aren't those stripes just insanely lovely? Absolutely gorgeous. And I knit these on 2.25 on my favourite needles of all time, which are Chowgoo red lace, I think. And I love them. So that is my first fill out of practice. I think that's everything I need to say. That's my first. I've actually got makeup on today. I haven't had much need for wearing makeup lately, and it's really weird, but I do find when I wear mascara, it makes my eyes really tired. I think it's the extra weight. But anyway, that's beside the point, isn't it? Okay, so you hear the bunnies coming. So my second finished item are these. Oh, these are so cute. These are my, what did I call them? My Easter egg socks or something. My mini egg socks, something like that. I'm very well prepared today. And these were made, I'll show you that slide because that's neater. These were made from some minis that gorgeous Kay from the Bakery Bears gave me. And I did an eye of partridge heel, and that looks like a whirlwind toe to me. And a whirlwind toe, oh yeah, that's right, because I knit them toe up. And so these two bits here represent the chocolate, and these represent the colours of the delicious Cadbury's mini eggs, which are amazing. We get them in the UK. You may get them elsewhere, I guess, but they're really nice. Anyway, so these are my, whatever I called them, socks. I think possibly something along the lines of Easter egg socks. And here's the other one. They've been on the go for a while, so you've seen them a few times in the making, but I finished these. I think when I was really laid out with my back, I think these are the first thing that I actually finished. And that's all my finished things. Did I tell you, do I need to tell you anything else about these? Oh yeah, I basically followed Kay's pattern. I can't remember what it's called. Oh, I basically followed Kay from the Bakery Bears, her pattern for drippity drop socks without the texture pattern, because that's what she did, and if it works for Kay, it's going to work for me. So yeah, 2 pairs of socks finished, which I love them both. So I'm just going to have a quick bit of coffee. It was my birthday on the weekend just gone, and although I was in a fair bit of pain still then, my back's improved this last couple of days, no end. And I could possibly sit down for a little bit of this podcast, but I thought I'll just stand up the whole thing. It's no big deal as long as you don't mind. You didn't seem to last time. Anyway, so I actually went out. I've hardly left the house in weeks because not being able to sit means I can't drive, can't go in the car, blah, 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 blah. But Pete took me to a place called Long Barn in Alresford. It's so lovely. It's like gorgeous, really stylish kind of garden centre, lovely cafe and shop. And it's about half an hour from us. So he wound the chair down, the passenger chair, in his car, and I was literally, it was like a bed. It laid down so flat, and I'm sure it's not very safe, but I was pretty desperate by this point, and it was my birthday. So we went out for, I don't know, a couple of hours probably, and it was good because I hadn't sat in the car, and then we kind of poodled around the garden centre with Bryony as well, which meant I could sit and eat my brunch. It was only maybe 15 or 20 minutes. It was so nice. It was so nice to feel like a normal person doing normal things. I really, really missed that. So that was really, really fun. And tomorrow is Pete's birthday. So after this podcast, I'm going to make his birthday cake, which is coconut and lime. So he likes that one. I've done that one many times. That's a Delia recipe. You can always count on Delia. In the making. Right, okay, so in the making I have, first of all, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. This is when I was literally in bed laid up, and I got quite good at knitting, and I even managed to do something a little complicated. Isn't that pretty? I love this colour. This colour is Pollen by Tracy of Nora George. I think it's the most beautiful yellow. And the pattern is Woodland Walk by, who's it by? Olivia. Oh, Olivia Handmade Life. Oh, I love Olivia. I didn't realise it was by her. I didn't realise it was by you, Olivia. That's amazing. This pattern was gifted to me by my lovely friend Susan. So, oh, that's so nice. It makes me even happier. If you don't follow a Handmade Life. Is it a Handmade Life? As soon as I start podcasting, I start second guessing everything I say. I'm sure it's a Handmade Life. I'll put a link in my, am I going to do show notes? Yeah, I'm going to do show notes this week because I've got some exciting things to tell you about, and I think you'll need show notes. So I will put the link to Olivia, who wrote this pattern, her Instagram. Honestly, what goes on? You turn a camera on and that's it. Gibberish comes out. So this is the Woodland Walk pattern by Olivia Villarreal, and it's very, very pretty. It's actually, it looks complex, but I managed to do this on my medication, which is quite impressive really, because I did feel a bit sleepy. Knitting it out of Pollen, which is this colour. It's kind of just a mini skein now. It was a full skein, but I've been hacking it about for different things. Again, I'm knitting them on my favourite Xiaogu needles in 2.25, and that's all I've done. There's not even a second sock. This is it. And I've got a piece of paper in here which says next row 8, I think, which is helpful. I hope it is 8. I hope I thought right. Let me show you my bag. This is my gorgeous bag. You all know who this is by. My sweet, sweet friend, Sandy, who sent me the loveliest birthday present, which you might be able to see. See that lovely ball of yarn just on top of my finger? That is Bird's Nest by Scrumptious Pearl. And Sandy sent that to me for my birthday, along with some tea and other goodies. I just wanted to show you. Oh, look at this. This sweet new pin. You can see that okay. That's from my lovely friend Sam of Betsy Makes. And she gave that to me for my birthday. It's so sweet. It's very, very cute. We had a lovely meet-up. Hello. We had a lovely meet-up at Chrissy Craft's house. So there was Chrissy, Sam from Betsy Makes, Sandra from Cherry Heart, and myself, and we had such a lovely day. Delicious lunch by Chrissy, and it was so much fun. Meetups like that are just so inspiring, and I come away wanting to do so many things. But I don't know. You see, this is why I don't have a chatter section anymore. Now I'm going off on a tangent. Sandra from Cherry Heart has this amazing blanket on the go called her Battenberg Blankets, and I asked her to bring it because I wanted to see it in the flesh. Oh my goodness, it looks amazing on screen, but in real life this blanket is honestly a work of art. I would have a wall covered in it. It's so beautiful. So it's on my list, and I'm kind of getting ready. I've got some minis and I have a special purpose to make this blanket, so watch this space. Anyway, next in the making. Sorry, I keep ducking and I feel like I look really tired today. I shouldn't be really. It's probably the mascara. So I guess I actually have half of a finished object. Oh, that looks so pretty. And this pattern is by Kay Litton, who is the Crazy Sock Lady. And it's her Rhinebeck Roomies pattern. How lovely does that look? This is self-striping yarn. Oh, it's gorgeous. And this yarn was a gift from my really lovely friend Meg, who is Meg's Favourites on Instagram. And her podcast is Woolen Cookies. And I think it's called Tulle Pen, the yarn. I don't know what that's a reference to. Possibly should know that, but I don't. So if anyone knows what Tulle Pen is a reference to, please let me know. So yes, this is the Rhinebeck Roomies. And it looks really nice, doesn't it? Again, I've knit these cuff down, and this is Kay's umbrella toe again. I love this toe so much. This is a slip stitch heel, 1x1 twisted rib, again knit on 2.25 Chiaogu red lace, my absolute favourite sock needles. And I love this pattern. It's really simple, but doesn't it look kind of snuggy and cosy? Oh look, do you like my nails? I actually painted my nails. It's because I have to do a secret tutorial later, but it won't be secret later because I'm going to tell you. Right, so I've also started the second one. How far? I think I'm getting down the leg. Let's see. Yeah, getting down there, look. Not much to go before the heel. I think I've been knitting my legs a little bit longer lately and I quite like that. So let me show you the pattern. Here we go. Rhinebeck Roomies by Kay Litton. Kay's just moved house actually. Relocated. Oh, that must be so stressful. Excuse me. And this is the gorgeous yarn. It's so nice having a focusing camera. Oh, look at my nails. I'm not used to having painted nails. How exciting. And it also came with this mini. I do like a coordinating mini. Okay, so I don't think there's anything else to say about those socks. I think that's everything. So, oops, I'm getting in quite a tangle. I'm reeling up my knitting. There we go. Okay, so enough teasing. I've been up to something really exciting. Being kind of laid up gave me a lot of time just to think about things and gave me some time to do something I've been thinking about I'd like to do for ages, but I've been too scared really to do it because it's quite daunting. But I decided to design my own sock pattern. I'm going to call it my first one because I think there might be more, because I've actually really enjoyed it. So I'm going to give you a little look at the sock I've designed. Okay. As you can see, I really did like the stripes. Lovely heel. Oh, I really love these. I've put all my favourite things into this pattern. It's not completed yet. Excuse me. It's not completed yet. I have 3/4 written the pattern. Well, I've fully written it, but since I've been making them, I've added lots of extra notes and changed some bits and just made it better, basically. I have knit, I don't know, 10 plus of these toes. My inspiration was, of course, the whirlwind toes. No getting away from that, because I love that toe. But I've changed it quite a bit. I've made the cast on much easier. And that's what I'm going to do a tutorial for later on, hopefully, how to cast on this toe and get it going. I've changed the way the increases, I've changed the way that I do the increases. I think it gives a much neater look, and I think it's much simpler. And also I've changed the amount of increases per row. So there we go. It's really neat. I love it. And I'm going to call this my beanie toe. It looks like a little beanie hat. So cute. So I love the toe. I'm so thrilled with it. I've been making changes to the toe for a long time and just tweaking it and getting it exactly how I like it, because you know how much I love that whirlwind toe. I love this even more. So these are called my sweet bee socks for 2 reasons. 2 things that I love dearly. My daughter Bryony, who I've always called Sweet Bee from blogging days, so a long time, and for our love of bees. So I showed her these socks because these little lace panels, here we go, represent little bees. There's the body and there's the wings. And Bryony said to me, they don't look like bees. So I'm calling them abstract bees. But I think they look like bees. They have wings and they have a little body. They're my sweet bee socks. And I've incorporated some stripes, which I spoke about, which I absolutely love. And this heel is one of my all-time favourite heels. This is another heel that I've done before, but there's a little knobble here. See, that won't be the original, that won't be in the final pattern. I've done a little change to that, so that looks really neat now. And this, I've had trouble finding out what this heel is called, but I believe it's a gusset heel. And I've tweaked the gusset heel so to get it exactly how I like it, to fit. It gives lots of extra space across here, and it is the easiest heel I've ever done, but I think it looks so neat and so stylish. And again, up here I've got some more stripes. Oops. And another row of abstract bees. and then 1 by 1 twisted rib. And these stripes are 2 rows per stripe. So I love them. I know it's my pattern and possibly shouldn't toot my own horn, but I really do love them. I've poured my heart and my soul into these, and I've done everything that I love in a sock, and I think this is my perfect fit sock. So my yarn sponsor is Amy, Little Tailoress, and this is her blue jeans colourway, or married in jeans colourway. A funny bit of hair there. And the cream here is just bare yarn. So to knit a pair of these socks, you'll only need a 20-gram mini for the coordinating colour, which I think is great. I don't know if this is how all designers design their socks, but because it's my first pattern, I'm super thorough, and because I'm dyslexic with numbers, I'm super thorough. But I've knit, or I will have knit, a pair in this size, which is the medium. I'm going to knit 1 sock from the large, 1 sock from the small size, and I'll make the other socks at another date. And then my pattern is going to my lovely tack editor. That's so exciting. It sounds so professional. I sound so professional. And then I've got 4 amazing test knitters all lined up and ready and waiting for this pattern. And I'm really hoping that by the end of this week, or at least by the end of next week, my pattern will be going off to the tack editor, and then I'll be able to give the pattern to my test knitters. And so maybe a couple of weeks after that, sometime in July, I think this pattern will come out, which is so exciting. That's if I can figure out how to get it on Ravelry. I have no idea. It's all new and all exciting. A little bit scary. But anyway, I really hope you like them. I do. So there we go. So Amy will be making kits for these socks. There's going to be a gorgeous yellow and grey colourway, which was my original inspiration. Obviously, they're called Sweet Bee, so I did want kind of a bee themed colourway. And then Amy had an update with her Married in Jeans. I thought that would look so pretty. And I'm also using a lovely pinky colour, which is called her Sun-Kissed Roses, which is lovely. So I'm not sure what kits Amy's going to be making, but there will be kits available from her shop nearer the time. Yeah, I think that's everything to say. I'm sorry if I'm a bit gushy about it, but it's really exciting. I've wanted to make a sock pattern for a long time, but it's a very complicated process for me, maybe not for everybody, but it's all the numbers, because I've done 3 sizes. I guess if you do 1 size, that makes it a lot easier, but it's been a challenge and I really loved it, so I'm excited. I hope you are too. It's time to announce the winners of the giveaways that I announced on my last podcast. First up is The Only Way Is Up Cowl by Naomi Buchanan. And the question I asked, what is your perfect place to chill? Sorry, I keep looking at my notes, so I don't want to get anything wrong. And the winner of this gorgeous pattern is Marcia. And Marcia is a lovely friend of mine, so that was so exciting when her name popped up. And she's number 12. And her Ravelry name is Queensboro Farm, and she lives in Illinois. So well done, Marcia. I was so excited when your name popped up. So congratulations, and thank you, Naomi, for the lovely donation of the pattern. It's a gorgeous cowl. So you don't need to do anything, Marcia. I will contact Naomi, and Naomi will forward the pattern to your Ravelry library. I also had this lovely skein of Ducky Darlings yarn to give away, which was kindly donated by Hayley of Ducky Darlings. And the winner for that is Alison, who is Ali G on Ravelry. I love your handle. Alison, and she lives in New Zealand, and it was post number 129, and the question I asked was, what is your favourite animal? I loved reading this thread, it was so cute. And Alison chose rabbits, which of course are sweet and fluffy and gorgeous, and it's worth a looking at in that thread. There's a few pictures of really, really cute baby animals, but the one that really stole my heart was some baby bats all lined up. I can't remember who posted it. Oh, it was so adorable, and they're all wrapped in little baby blankets and have a little bottle of milk in their mouths. Oh my goodness, it is the cutest thing ever, and I don't really like bats, but baby bats, I think baby anything apart from spiders, possibly scorpions, possibly snakes. Nearly everything baby is heart-melting, isn't it? So anyway, congratulations, Alison. If you could get in touch with me, however you like, Ravelry, YouTube comments, email me, whatever's easiest for you, with your mailing details and your full name, and I'll get that skein of gorgeous Ducky Darlings yarn sent off to you quite soon. So thank you again to Hayley for donating. That was really, really nice of you. Thank you. It's beautiful yarn too. Rainbow along. So Amy from the Little Tailoress and I are hosting a rainbow along. I spoke about this briefly in my last podcast, but sadly the dates had to be changed because my back, I literally put my whole life on hold, which is not a very nice feeling, but anyway, it's all fine now. And we have some new dates, and we're going to run it from the 19th of June to the 31st of July, and that's approximately 6 weeks, so that's a nice amount of time to make some rainbow goodies. Okay, I think Amy's going to podcast as well, so she'll be talking about it also on her podcast. But what counts? Okay, so anything fibre related, so let's say knitting, crochet, weaving, sewing, cross stitch, let me look at my notes, I think I wrote some more ideas down. Quilting, English paper piecing, embroidery, so anything fibre related you can enter. We have a few rules which are hilarious because Amy and I are so liberal. Okay, whips count, so you could start soon if you wanted to. So whips count, you don't have to finish anything, and baby socks count. Basically, that's everything. That's Amy and I. That's all our wishes because I don't think I'm going to finish one of my things. She wants to knit some baby socks for Jack. So yeah, one of my things is a whip. So basically, we made the rules up to suit ourselves, but I think it'll suit everybody. There'll be two threads, a finished things thread, which will be in my Ravelry group, and a chatter thread, which will be in Amy's Ravelry group. And when we've both set our threads up, I'll put links in my show notes as to where you can find those threads. I think Amy will do the same. Okay, so you need to use at least 5 different colours, and they can't be like a fade, so we don't want 5 shades of blue or 5 shades of pink. They had to be 5 different colours. You're allowed to enter sets of things because Amy wants to make a set of rainbow dishcloths, which I think is a brilliant idea. And obviously you can double dip. So liberal, aren't we? Because obviously the lovely Amber from the Yarn Hoarder podcast has her dishcloth along, I think going for the whole year. So you can double dip in that. As I said before, you can do baby socks. So you can do something little, that's fine, because we'll be drawing prizes from both the chatter thread and the finish things thread. So even if you don't finish things, you can win a prize. It doesn't have to be your conventional rainbow. It can be unconventional. You could do pastels, brights, muted, jewel colours, whatever you'd like to do. I think, is that everything I had to tell you about it? If there's anything you'd like to know, please get in touch. My plans, I'll show you in a bit more detail, but I'll just talk you through them. My plans are to start my Chimera sweater. Not sure, depends on my back how far I'm going to get with that. I hope to make some rainbow scrappy socks, and I have a really lovely English paper piecing hexagon baby quilt that I've had on the go for quite a few years, so I'm going to put some work into that and see how far I can get on that. Amy plans to make Jackson baby socks, and what was the other thing? Oh, her stack of rainbow dishcloths, which I think is fantastic. And I don't know what else, but she'll tell us on her podcast. So shall I show you what I plan to make? So I have these rainbow minis, which are from Circus Tonic Handmade. And I've had them, I think I got them quite soon after I first started knitting, so 2 or 3 years ago. And they look a little bit, they do look a little bit thicker than 4-ply or fingering, but I think it does say fingering, so I'm just going to go for it. So they are hopefully going to be turned into some gorgeous rainbow scrappy socks. I am, another tangent here. When I'm unwell, unhappy, laid up, any of those negative things, I get very spendy, very spendy. I have bought so many things that I didn't need but really wanted. Yes, so it's been a bit dangerous. Anyway, I did a huge splurge. I ordered some yarn from Tannis Fibre Arts, and I've wanted to make Tannis's Chimera sweater for a long time. I think Sandy from Sandy by the Lakeside, she started one, and I was like, oh my goodness, that is incredible. I think we may even try and kind of spur each other on a little bit. But anyway, I'll put a picture of the Chimera sweater here so you can see. I'm going to make mine rainbow. Now I'm really hoping I don't look like a children's TV presenter, but I'll show you the yarn. The main body of my sweater is going to be this grey, which is called Slate. So I've got a few skeins of that. And then I have yellow. This one looks a bit insane. I think I must have undone that one. I have this one, actually is a bit more greeny than blue, showing a bit more blue. I always have trouble. See, I can show yellow now, can't show green. Then I have a blue. Oh, there you go, you can see the difference now. I'm going to try and show you them all lined up in a minute. This one, which is called Lilac, which is really pretty because it's kind of heathered. And I have, you see, I did splurge. Oh. And this is called Orchid. This one, I don't like orange, but I absolutely love this. This is called Pink Grapefruit. Oh my goodness, that's lovely. The last one is this greeny yellow, which is called Lemongrass. So I'm going to try and line them up. I don't know how easy that's going to be. Okay. Oh, it's tricky. Oh, look at that. Now, am I going to look like a children's TV presenter? As Amy said, there are worse things to look like. Oh, it's going to be so pretty. Oops, 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 oops. Everything's gone crazy. So that's my Chimera plans, and I should show you my quilt. Okay, so here is my quilt. This is what I have so far. And my original plans were to make a rainbow baby quilt. And in each of these little white squares, oh, it's tricky to show, is a little cross-stitch heart. So I've done all of the cross-stitch hearts. I've even prepped all the hexies. They've all have their card in them ready and waiting. I love some of these fabrics. This here, this yellow, it's much prettier in real life, but this yellow is a vintage Laura Ashley, and so is the orange actually. That's a vintage Laura Ashley. So pretty. So that's how far I've got. And this is how far I've got to go. These are all my hexies in here, all ready to go. So pretty. I love this. Isn't that lovely? My friend Mackie brought this home for me from Japan. I love that one. Anyway, bye. So I have a lot to do, and I have all of my little hearts already cross-stitched. I did this, oh gosh, years ago. It must have taken me forever, but I don't actually remember if it did. I guess it did. So they are my 3 plans for our rainbow along. We have lots of prizes already. I've had quite a few donations for the podcast since my last podcast, so I'll quickly show you what we have. We have this gorgeous yarn from Debbie, who is down the Sheepy Lane. Oh, isn't that pretty? This is called Tea Rose. I'll show you a bit closer. This is called Tea Rose, and it's sparkly. It comes with a little rose stitch marker and a pin and a sweetie and a tea bag. How nice is that? Well, that's beautiful. So thank you, Debbie. That's so lovely. We have this gorgeous needle case from Mariliza. I hope I've got your name right, Mariliza. Mariliza donated this to the podcast, and she gave one to me too, which was really lovely. And she lives in Greece. So let me show you this. It's really beautiful. I love these. I think we all need one of these. How gorgeous is that? So it's got a really sweet little pocket here with a popper on. And then it's got all the, I'm on my tiptoes trying to show you. Then it's got all the little slots for all the needles. And her shop is called Spool Stories. So there'll be a link to that, to Mariliza's shop in my podcast notes. I also had a really lovely message on Instagram from Sonia from Grain Deep, and she asked me if I would like her to send me some samples. I was like, oh my goodness, I've wanted some leather labels. I have bought some, but they're a tiny bit small. Anyway, so I said, oh gosh, yes please, that would be amazing. And she sent some for me, which I will be using on my products soon when I can sew again. And so you'll see them, but she also sent these for you. How sweet are they? Little beads. They're like little tags. Happy birthday, thank you, meant to be. You're the bee's knees. They're just so lovely. So that's another prize for the gift basket. And also these gorgeous, whoops, let me see, these gorgeous little labels. And they personalise their labels, so you can choose whatever, if you want your logo or your name or made with love or anything. And I must show you my next podcast because they're so gorgeous. I'm definitely going to be ordering one when I need some. But these little ones, so these are in the prize basket as well. There's like little wooden labels, and these, I think these are kind of faux leather. So lovely. So thank you, Sonia. They're absolutely beautiful, and the artwork is so spot on. I love them. I've also had a lovely kind donation of a pattern from Hannah, who is Yarnia Designs, and it's a gorgeous pair of socks. They're called the Cottage Garden socks, and they're so pretty. So thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Marizilla, and thank you, Debbie, for all those lovely donations. So they're in our prize basket already, and I know Amy has some little treats as well. And of course, we'll be adding to those things, and we both hope to make something special. So that's the rainbow along. We're both really, really excited about it because we like rainbows, and who doesn't? I have my little rainbow bracelet on today. Yay! I also wanted to thank everybody. I managed to donate £68 yesterday to Celia Cross Greyhound Trust from the sale of Miss Mabel Whippy pins. So that's so good. I'm thrilled to bits, and so is Mabel. I have a few more in the shop, not too many. So it'd be really nice to sell a few more to donate a bit more money. So that money will be helping Celia Cross Trust to rescue greyhounds and feed them and all the medical care and just looking after them. So it feels so nice to be able to do that. So thank you so much for that. Shop news. Well, it hasn't been too busy on the shop front, unfortunately. I haven't been able to do any sewing for weeks. It's been, I think I literally had withdrawals because I love sewing. I love creating things. So that's why I decided to design my sweet Dee Socks, because I just had to create something. So there's no bags at the moment, but fingers crossed there will be rainbow kits in a few weeks, I hope. As Amy and I are getting together for those too. She's going to be making some rainbow mini skeins, and I'm going to be maybe making some rainbow Liberty bags. Everything's cut out and literally ready to go. I've even been so desperate as to try standing up sewing, but my machine was just wobbling all over the place. Didn't go very well. But I have my fingers tightly crossed. I have everything tightly crossed. But I have got some new things in the shop, just little things. I have my brand new pin design. I love this so much. I say it every time, everyone's my favourite, but look at this, a yarn rainbow, a yarn bow. It has little balls of yarn which are white and sparkly. I don't know if you can pick up the sparkle. And then the prettiest rainbow. I picked all my favourite colours out for this rainbow. Oh, it's so cute. It has two little doobie-doos on the back because it's obviously, it would spin round, I think, if you only had one. Oh, it's so cute. Yes, I like it. So these are in my shop right now. I've already sold, well, I put a post up on Instagram yesterday, and I've already sold quite a lot, so I think I may be having to order another batch of these quite soon. But they are stinking cute, even if I do say so myself. Okay, I'm going to add a little section of photos now to show you what else I've recently, well, yesterday, added to my shop. Okay, so first of all are some sets of stitch markers. The first one I think I called Wild Rose, and it has this gorgeous enamel metal charm of a rose and pearls and glass check beads, and just, oh, it's lovely, very pretty, and it's on gold metal. Then there is my rainbow bee. Oh, I forgot to say, there's one progress keeper and 5 stitch markers in the sets that I'm showing now. The next one up is my rainbow bee set, and it has a little enamel bee with sparkly wings and a set of 5 rainbow flowers, all gorgeous check glass beads. Next up is my blue bunny set, which is on silver, and it has a little cute bunny face charm and a carrot charm, and then little leaves and flowers, again all check glass beads there. Then I have the cutest little peanut progress keeper in rose gold, which is so adorable. Then I've added a bauble which contains fairy marshmallows. Can you believe that? It's where they keep all their marshmallows in case they need a little treat. That's silver metal, and also a Wish Upon a Star, which is kind of vivid pink, I think I've called it, and that's on silver metal as well. Then I've added a tin, a sweet little white tin, which is screw top, quite small, with my logo sticker on the top, and it contains 25 of those really lovely bulb safety pins, which you can use as stitch markers or progress keepers, and they're really nice. I have white or rose gold to choose from of those, so they're all in my shop at the moment. So I hope you really like those, and thank you to everybody who's already made a purchase from yesterday, so I really appreciate that. Well, I think that's it. I know there's a million things that I wanted to say today, but I can't remember them now. I know as soon as I turn the camera off, they'll all ping in my mind. I'm like, yep, didn't say that, didn't say that, didn't say that. But what are you gonna do? Anyway, so I think it's time for me to go now and do my tutorial for my beanie toe. I keep forgetting its name. For my beanie toe. And please follow me on Instagram if you want to know any of my updates or pattern release dates or anything like that. I've been a bit down on Instagram lately. I just completely lost my mojo, but I think it came back yesterday, amazingly. So yeah, so follow me on there, and I would suggest maybe turning on post notifications because Instagram's a bit all over the place, isn't it, lately? Anyway, wishing you a really, really lovely time until I see you next. Bye!